If you are watching this, it means that Frostborn has finally been released for iOS. We are so happy. So in addition to being really happy for you guys that you finally get to join us, I have a bunch of tips and tricks for you guys as you're getting started. The first one that I have for you guys is that as you're choosing a server, which, you don't need to choose a server normally. If you're just playing the game, don't even worry about it. But if for some reason you're like, oh, I need to choose a server, or you're not finding a friend that's in a different country and you really wanted to play with that friend, just go into settings and then you're going to click change server and you're going to make sure that you match up your server with your friend. Honestly, there's no server changes. You're going to be a little bit behind in whichever server you choose, except for the betas. Don't choose any of the betas. Those servers, actually my beta America on this account is my free-to-play solo, so he's not even level 99, but I also have an account on the beta that's maxed out everything. So you don't want to pick a beta, but coordinate with your friend, find something that is, one of the other servers. You're going to be a little bit behind, but I have some tips to help you guys not experience so much of that. Now, if you have no clue how to play this game, if you're trying to figure out, a little bit of some of the mechanics of how the game works, then I recommend watching my video on the best possible start. I go through the first hour of playing this game, exactly what you should do for that first hour so that you can kind of get that best possible start. And then at the end of that video, I give you a few tips on what you should be doing next. But if that doesn't work out, if those tips are not quite enough for you and you're like, man, I'm really struggling to understand how this game works, then really the best thing that you can do is watch my video on my other channel, on the tutorial channel, with 331 tips and tricks for Frostborn. It's my masterpiece. It's 37 minutes long and it literally covers an overview of the entire game. It talks about every class. It talks about every resource, not in detail, but at some level, it covers everything of the game. So check out that video. And then another video that might help you, that's also on my tutorial channel, is the efficacious way to get rich. That is a series. I don't know how much I will have done by the time iOS comes out, but each one of these will cover a new type of resource that you can get all of the information you could possibly want on how to get that resource. So that is the tutorial channel. Pretty much any tutorial video on the tutorial channel is going to help you guys out. On that channel, I actually take down all of my out-of-date videos for that channel. Now, there may be a few exceptions where maybe I'm planning on making a new one, and so I'm going to first release the new one before I take down the old one. But for the most part, if you're watching a video on the tutorial channel, it should be up to date. But then after that, if you've watched all of the tutorial videos and you're still like, man, I still want more, I want to really understand this game, I want to become a pro at this game, then I recommend checking out some of the videos on this channel, because we've got videos on everything. We've got, right here, we've got a free-to-play solo series, which, some of those videos, they're a little bit out of date in the sense that you're like, wait, there's no classes or there's no districts. You're a little bit confused, but honestly, they're still going to be really effective for teaching you how to play this game. Even though they don't have districts in the first, most of them don't have districts, and they don't even have classes for the first 10 of them or so, but it still gives you an incredible idea of how the game is played. And I basically walk you through in those 57 episodes how to do it, even if you're by yourself. And really, that's why I recommend that series, because even if you're with a family, understanding, oh, this is how I get this resource, or this is how I accomplish this thing. Maybe you have a teammate that's doing it for you, they figured it out for you, and you can keep letting them figure it out and keep letting them do it. And you may never do that thing, but it's still good to know what they're doing and how they're doing it. And so if you watch the free-to-play solo series, you will get a really good feel for how to accomplish everything in the game as it goes. And so I definitely recommend that free-to-play solo series. After that, I have a Frostborn PvP series. I'm still working on this PvP series. What I really want with this series is to have every class in the game represented and to have the best tips for that class. I started out before, the classes were so new when I started that series that a lot of the episodes I'm not like a pro at those different classes, but eventually I'm getting there. And so eventually I will have a video on every single class and just pro information about each of those classes. And then I've got a pro series, which has a bunch of just random stuff. A lot of that's in the beta. And so really what I recommend is actually just subscribing to this channel. I have a team of people, all of them play Frostborn, and we are posting content on this channel every single day, new stuff on Frostborn, and you will learn a ton from these guys. They're brilliant. I've got a lot of amazing, brilliant players that have kind of joined with me, and we're doing it. So we're posting a video every day. So if you want to become pro at this game, I recommend subscribing to these guys. Our team is just, I love these guys. It is so fun to work with them, and it has been fun to do this with them. And so this channel is pretty much exclusively a Frostborn channel now. It is our favorite game. We will probably play more games eventually. We have definitely played other games, as you can see here with, Last Day on Earth and a bunch of fun games, but we love Frostborn so much that we have just decided that for the time being, we are just exclusively about Frostborn right now. And so we're posting Frostborn content every single day. But in addition to just going to those different places, I have some tips that are specifically for you guys that are joining us on iOS. And the first one is that if you join a family, I recommend joining a family that is also iOS or an Android user that is new. I don't recommend joining a family that has already been playing the game, because basically the way the game works is they match you with people of your level. So if all of you are level like 16, then you're going to be matched with other people level 16. And so if you're all new iOS people, you're probably going to get matched with all new iOS people, or at least new Android people, because more people are joining the game every day. And so if you join with someone who's like level 70, like one of my teammates, you're going to get matched with really advanced people, and it's going to be difficult. If you do match with someone, let's say you have a friend who's really high level and you're like, no, we've been planning to play together. I don't care that I'm iOS. I'm going to team up with him. Then when you do the zones, make sure that you are the one entering the zone first. If you are the lower level person and your teammate is the level 70, then go ahead and click and hit with friends, and you hit enter first, and then tell your teammate, okay, I'm in, and then he enters in. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna match with lower level people, and then your teammate who's a higher level can then join the zone, and the zone doesn't change. But if your teammate enters the zone, it's gonna match him with higher level people, and then when you come in, it doesn't matter, you're gonna still be with those higher level people. So that's one tip, that if you are going to team up with higher level people, but again, I don't recommend it because in the raid, it's kind of difficult to really coordinate that. You're going to be matched up with people your level. It is a lot easier in this game to advance if you are low level. So for example, I've been doing these tournaments and I've been getting 4th place with doing very little work. I've been getting 1st place all the time. I could probably get 1st place every single time if I wanted to. And I'm not a low level on this account, but compared to my teammates, I'm a low level. And I see how much harder it is for them to get 1st place than it is for me to get 1st place. It is significantly more difficult. They have to do it at Odin's, but I talk about that in my other videos. So that's it, guys. I can't think of any other tips that would be specific to you iOS people coming in a little bit later than the Android people, other than just, I wouldn't worry too much about being late because of the matchmaking system being based on level. You should be fine, so I wouldn't worry about it. But if you guys have questions, if you're kind of like, man, I don't know really what's going on, and those videos aren't helping you guys, or you're just not sure which video you should watch first other than the suggestions that I made, then just put in a comment below. We've got an awesome Frostborn community on this channel. They'd love to answer your questions. So just ask the questions in the comments and we'll do our best to answer and kind of direct you where to go. We'd love for you to succeed at this game because honestly, we think that Frostborn is going to be a huge game. We think this is going to be an absolutely ginormous game. I've been playing it for a year and a half. A lot of them have been playing it for about a year when it became a closed beta game. And we just love this game and we can't wait for you guys to enjoy it. All right, guys. See you next time.